So when we look at what's known as liberal or illiberal peace building, good or bad peace building, bad peace building is simply not peace. It's a model that allows for authoritarian conflict management. This is what Russia excels at. So if we look at any situation in post-Soviet space that Russia has been involved in peace negotiations, it's always led to frozen conflicts that have also led to more instability. So bad peace is designed to basically down the line allow for reinitiation of conflict. So the first metric we need to pay attention to is that if you look at the deal, what is the propensity of that deal to collapse and lead to more conflict? And so whatever Russia proposes, currently, for example, hypothetically, them absorbing the territories that they have conquered so far, or them being able to absorb Crimea into Russia, so on and so forth. These are stipulations that could never be acceptable to the Ukrainian people. And so in that context, even through pressure, let's say there's an agreement to hold those precepts down the line that is not sustainable. This is why we speak of sustainable peace. So anything that does not appear to be sustainable, that seems to be forced, is simply a form of bad peace and it's not tenable. There are a lot of examples of successful peace that have been negotiated, in the post-Cold War period. For that to work, we need to look at a few things. One, the extent to which both sides have a full agreement on development, not under coercion, right, not under pressure, but that they understand that this is something that they could continue to sustain. That's the first metric. Second to pay attention to is that, is it commensurate with the will of the people, right? The government, for example, may be pressured to signing something, but that's not going to be sustainable. A few years from that point, the people rise up against what is, in essence, a form of injustice, right? So there has to be elements of equity and fairness in the notion of peace. And third, there have to be enforcement mechanisms, right? When we talk about peace for Ukraine, for example, are there international security guarantees? What will happen if Russia reneges on their commitments and invades a week, a month, or a year later? So international mechanisms of making sure that peace holds, the agreement sustains itself, is also another important metric. So these are kind of the main characteristics that members of Congress should pay attention to understand if it's on the trajectory of achieving good peace, a good deal.
Thank you.